Please share the live stream. Share the live stream. No. No problem. We are good to go. My network is bad.
Share it already.
I'm not seeing it here. Please share the live stream. Okay. Hello, viewers. Good evening to every one of you there. And this is Mrs. Kate Ayeni. She said she would love to share her testimony about what the Lord has done in her life and what the Lord is still doing presently in her life. The Bible says we overcame by the blood of the Lamb. So she overcame by the blood of the Lamb, which will love the world to know much of what the Lord has done in her life. Thank you very much, ma, for choosing this platform to share your testimony, ma.
God bless you. It's my pleasure.
How are you doing, ma?
I'm doing great.
I see it in you.
Thank you very
Your
much.
testimony.
It's my pleasure.
Okay.
You look beautiful also.
Thank you very much, ma.
Thanks for having me here. God has been faithful. I just want to thank all the viewers for coming. I thank just to hear those testimony, the great testimony that God has given me. I'm a product of testimony.
Wow.
My life is full of testimony. If I should explain all my testimony, we won't live here for 3 years. So I just want to go straight to the point. I just want people to know that indeed God still does miracle. God still answers prayers. God is a God of wonders. His ways are mysteries. Just want you to know that if not God, I won't even be here.
Wow.
So I give him thanks for that. It all started 2015. I was pregnant. Then I was okay. Everything was okay. So I was having a celebration that very day to attend. A friend of mine was doing a wedding. So I dressed up. I dressed up my children. My husband was already in the church. So I called my husband. I said, I finished already. So you should come and pick us to the church, to the avenue. So I just bent down. I saw some liquid coming out from my body. It was just little liquid. So I felt it was urine. I just clean it and let go like that. But little did I know that I was about dying. So when my husband came, I told him that this is what happened. And he said, okay, how are you feeling? I said, I'm feeling good. Let's go to the wedding. So on our way going to the wedding, my husband said something to me. He said, okay, what we'll do, let's go to the hospital. Let them check you that the baby is okay. Then, after the checkup, we'll go to the wedding. I said, okay. So, when we get to the hospital, and they attend to me, immediately they attend to me, because normally, they asked me to take off my dress, the pretty dress I was putting on, because I was going to a wedding, and they put me their hospital dress just to check me. So when they checked me, they find out that there was no liquid anymore. All the liquid has dried. All the liquid has dried. So they told me how many hours ago.
How many months was pregnant?
It was about 7 months. And they told me how many hours ago that the liquid got dried? I said, hours? It's not up to 15 or 10 minutes. And they said, now your baby is just on the platform, on the womb. There is no water, there's no liquid to sustain. For that reason, they have to ingress her, which is to admit me immediately. I was like, wow, what is going on here? Please, doctor, I have a wedding ceremony to attend. You can't just detain me here. And the doctor said, this is what we have to do. We have to detain you to check if your body can reproduce some liquid that can also help the child to grow. I said, okay. The next thing, they took me to the ward. About 10 minutes, I started shivering. So they called the doctors, the nurse, and everything. They brought me back downstairs to do me other ultrasound to see how the baby is doing. They find out that the baby is dead. And the baby is dead. It's not even an issue. And the doctor just held my hands. I was asking them, what is happening? What is going on? They said I should calm down. And they hold my hand. And the doctor just said to me, Kate. I said, what? He said, you are dying. I passed out. That was the last word I heard. I was in coma for 3 days. And when I went into coma, and I didn't know, the next thing I saw was a big screen. And I heard a voice say to me, look at them. And I saw the church I was attending in the place I was staying.
Okay.
The pastors and the members, they were all praying. And he said, look at them. They are praying for you. He said to me, it's not that prayer. I was like, it's not that prayer. He said, I am giving you second chance to live again. The moment he said that word, I'm giving you second chance to live, go back. It was clear, I'm giving you second chance, go back. That was how I opened my eyes. Mm-hmm. When I opened my eyes, I never knew what happened. I was having 11 machines in my body. God has been faithful. So, when I was there, I couldn't speak, I couldn't talk. I was in intensive care. I was there for a couple of weeks. And the doctor now saw that I'm getting more better, coming up gradually. When I was there, they couldn't allow anybody to see me. They couldn't allow the pastors to come in because the condition was critical. Yeah. So they couldn't allow. So by God's grace, I started recovery just because of that encounter that God said, go back.
The God of second chance.
That is it. You can say it again, my dear. So after that issue, they now brought me to the ward where other people were in. They brought me in because they see the recovering and all. So they brought me to the ward. So when I was in the ward, I started taking treatment, responding gradually. Why? They did me this operation and brought out the baby. So I was there praying and all. People are praying for me. I have 2 kids by then. I don't even know if I have a child.
Okay. Do you lost memory?
No, I didn't lose my memory. The thing is that at that time, when I came back after 3 days in coma, I couldn't speak. I couldn't know. So I was like, wow, because of what I heard. So you just early said it. It was a God of second chance. So that was how I was in the hospital. Gradually, something had happened. They called my husband and they said to him, Mr. Austin Ayeni, there is something we want to tell you. We just want you to be strong. And by then, I was swelling. I couldn't urinate. My body was changing. My eyes was changing. So I couldn't stand. I couldn't do anything. So they called him and they said, we are sorry to give you this news. Due to the process of the baby died in the womb of your wife, it affected her 2 kidneys. Right now, the kidney of your wife is not working. That is why she cannot relate. Wow. That was another journey of pain. So when they now did that on me, they told my husband was crying, and they said to him, you just have to be strong. Your wife has to be on dialysis. I don't know if you have heard about it. Yeah. Dialysis for the rest of her life. Yeah. So I was having this machine of doing dialysis in my body. So they do it for me every 4 hours.
While at the hospital?
While I was in the hospital. To enable me to relate again, because all my body was swelling. I was having this inching body. Everything was swelling. I couldn't go to the bedroom the way others are doing. So they put me a pipe, which you can see in some pictures. They put me some pipe where they can also control the urine to see how far I'm relating. So, but when they control it, they see that it's because of the kidney. That is why I couldn't do that. So with the dialysis they were doing on me, so I was in the hospital for more than 3 months. So with that, as I said before, prayer was going on. And just like, Father, I thank you for even keeping me alive, giving me second chance, because I know it's going to do more. Even though they told me that I have to be on dialysis for the rest of my life. That was the report of the doctor. And they make my husband understand that there is no way I can travel to Nigeria. There is no way. Because I have to be on dialysis 3 times a week. That was what I should be doing. So they started on me when I was in the hospital. Okay. So it gets to coming to take, when you're in the hospital, they will come and take your blood very early in the morning, doing me tests, different kind of tests and everything, putting me different kind, they feast about a lot of bags of blood in my body. Are you hearing me? So, but what is the great testimony that I'm talking about? How God finally took away this infirmity of dialysis, of this kidney problem out of my life. He's a miracle God, no doubt about it. I'm his weakness. You can see it in my body. You can see it in my life, that indeed God is mighty. So one fateful day is a day I will never forget in my life. And my husband was in the hospital there with me. Then in the middle of night, I saw an angel live. I saw an angel, the wings of the angel came through the window, because when I saw that, I've never seen that kind of light before in my life. So when I saw that, there is a lot of things I was saying, but my husband was just jotting it, because I woke up middle of the night, I start screaming, oh, angel was here, angel was here. I saw his mighty hands on my chest. Yeah. And he just put his hand on my chest and did this to me like this and cleansed me with his hand. And I was screaming. Not even only screaming, I was saying a lot of things. I was crying. I cried all the night. I was saying a lot of things, and my husband was just jotting, because we have somebody else close to me in the ward. So they all wake up, and the nurses, they run to the ward and start saying, what is going on? Why are you crying? I couldn't even talk to anybody. Yeah, but my husband was explaining to them what really happened. So I was just crying. There's nothing to say. I was crying. And they just asked me, they said, I should keep quiet. I should not disturb, the nurses in the hospital and all those things. So at the end of those mystery that happened, what God did, in the morning of it, around 5 o'clock, I was still on tears. Yeah. I was still on tears. I couldn't believe what I saw. So they came and just like, give me your hand as usual. They used to take my blood. The nurse took my blood and she went away. So my husband was also sitting down close to me. Before I knew what had happened, I was still crying. I was just crying. I couldn't cease that tears that was coming out from my eyes. I couldn't cease it. So after about 2-3 hours, came 4 doctors. They just came. My husband was sitting down, and they said, "Mr. Man, what happened?" My husband was afraid. Maybe they wanted to say something, bad news again to him. And he just stood up. I said, "What? There's nothing happened." She was screaming. She said she saw an angel, which Spanish angel. She was angel. She saw an angel, and the angel cleans up her body. So my husband was explaining to the doctors that this is what happened. They said, "No, it can't be." So even the doctors was trying to talk to me and said, "You calm down," but I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't stop crying. So my husband said, "Is there any problem?" They were looking at my husband and said, "There is no problem. There was a miracle." They brought out the test. They said, "The test we did for your wife was perfect. The kidney is now working perfect." Oh, the tears in my eyes increased. My husband was just on his knees. I said, "Doctor, what are you saying?" And the doctor was saying, "We have never seen such thing before. The kidney of your wife is working perfect. How did it happen? How come about it?" That makes you to know that God still answers prayer, still does miracles. Do you know the joyful thing about it? Instantly, my body that was swelled start going down.
Hallelujah.
Start going down, and the fix on me for the urine to go in was filled up. This is something that there was no urine at all. And the nurses, the doctor, they called the nurses, and the nurses were just like changing the bus because the urine was too much. They would change it and put other ones, change it and put another one, change it and put another one. He's a God of miracles.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So great things he has done. Greater things he will do.
You can say it again.
Praise the
You
Lord.
can say it again.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So when was the healing? When was the healing?
The healing took place exactly that year, 2016. 15.
Yeah. Right. What month?
It was in the month of July.
So God still do wonders.
Yeah.
He's a God of signs and wonder.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when we give up, like it will appear because doctors are not God.
Of course.
He's the only one that has this final say.
Oh, you can say it.
He's the only one that has this final say.
You can say it again. You can say it again. The thing is that when they did that test, when they came out with that result, they wasn't satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't satisfied. They said, "No, it can't be. We have to do other tests." Mm-hmm. And they did me 3 tests. They did me 3 tests to confirm if indeed my kidney is perfect. And when they did the 3rd one, they find out that it was okay. That was when they now took that machine. I was having a machine in my body that I used to do dialysis. That was what convinced them, because they have already done the test the 3rd time, mm-hmm. and they now took away that machine of dialysis mm-hmm. out of my life. Wow. Just imagine that God did not healed me. By now, I should have been a dialysis patient.
Yeah. He's a merciful God.
He is.
He's a merciful God.
He is.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
I have no response over my body. Yeah. Because that was a really very great testimony.
That
you
is
know.
it.
So it's a really, really great testimony. Yeah. God still do signs and wonders.
Ah,
He said, call on me, all you that heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
that is it.
Say he honors his word more than his name.
That is it.
So you know, sometimes we are passing through difficulties, when we're passing through problems, it's good we use his word against him and with clean hearts.
That is
so
it.
we call on him with a clean heart. Or sometimes God know how to do it. He said, I will have mercy, or who I will have mercy.
You
of.
said it all.
So sometimes even we are sinners, but if he chooses to have mercy on you, he will still have mercy on you.
That
So
is
we
it.
bless God for everything he has done for you.
has
And
done.
we thank God for what he has done and what he's still doing in your life. He will still do marvelous things in your life and in your family.
Amen.
And this testimony is going to be permanent.
Amen.
In your life. Thank you very much, Madam, for choosing our platform
No problem.
to share the word of the Lord,
No problem.
to share your testimony to the world, for
No
people
problem.
to know much about what God can do anything.
Of course.
He
Of
can do
course.
anything.
Of course.
There
Of
is
course.
nothing
Of course.
difficult for God to do.
Of course.
There's
Of
nothing
course.
difficult for him.
Eh,
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. In my case, you know, that incident that happens, it makes my husband, it was a calling. It was a calling to make my husband closer to him.
Okay.
This miracle, this great thing that God does in my life, it brought my husband closer to him. That is where my husband indeed see that, oh, indeed this God is real.
Oh God. And I guess maybe they know some nurses in the hospital also.
Of
And
course.
doctors.
Of course. The joyful thing about it, when the doctor came and they said, this is a miracle.
Of course.
This is a miracle. We have not heard about such thing before. We have not seen such thing before. Of course, we have a lot of patients that are going through this dialysis and all, but we have not witnessed such a great miracle like this. And you see what the doctor said? They said, oh, when they were asking me, and I said, it was God's doing. It was God that heals me. And it was God that shows me mercy and give me second chance to live. And the doctor said, oh, me also, I join you in prayer. It was also my prayer.
Wow.
You
It's
see?
all on the testimony. It's all in testimony.
Oh my,
Wow.
it short. Ever since my husband was a witness. You see, you know, that some testimony you share, people will like, oh, but my husband was a witness of it, because my husband, of course, we were going to church. Are you hearing me? Of course, when we are going to church, we know that God exists. But the intimacy, the
Yeah, of course.
relationship
Was not there.
was not really there. But when my husband saw these things with his eye, indeed, this is how he holds God. It changed his entire life. It changed his way. It changed everything. That indeed, God does miracle. It does miracles. So people should not give up on themselves or look down. Me, as I said before, my life is a testimony. I just show this little one as one of the testimony. Other day, we have part 2, we have part 3.
Okay.
More I'm going to share
More are coming.
with you. More are coming. This one, I just bring it out for viewers to know that God still does miracle. I'm a testimony of it. And ever since, when I moved down from where I was before, I came down to this place, this Victoria, and they saw my record, because my record indeed is still in the place when I was before. So when I came here, they saw the record of the illness, of the dialysis I went through, and how my kidney was damaged. So the doctors here, they were like, no, it's not fair. It's not possible that.
For you to do
So they sent me to do other tests, even
Yeah.
when I came to this city. So they sent me to do other dialysis tests and some other checkup and see. And at the end of it, my doctor just said to me, indeed, it's a miracle.
Yeah.
And everything come out ever since.
It made you
today.
whole.
Oh,
It made you whole. Hallelujah.
ever since, every test has been perfect. So that is why we say he's a God of perfection.
Congratulations, man.
Thank
and
you
congrats
very
and
much.
never cease in your life.
Amen. Nice. I'm really blessed to share it. As I said before, don't give up. God does miracle. You said something that he has compassion for who he chooses to, and he show mercy to who he wants to show mercy to. And that very day when he told me that I give you second chance to leave, go back. And I know that the second chance he gave to me,
She's very well.
I won't take it for granted.
Of course.
I won't take it for granted at all. And ever since, my life has been from glory to glory,
Amen.
from blessing to blessing. And God has been faithful. He has been doing more miracles. As I said before, more testimony, more that I will also share at the end of the day by God's grace.
Amen. Thank you very much. This is it's a hope, you're just letting us know what God can do. You understand? Physicians, they are not God.
Yeah, of course.
He's only God. He's the one that can make the impossible to be possible.
Oh, yes.
So thank you, viewers. So this is the testimony of Mrs. Kate Ayeni. Thank you very much, and I hope you hold God strong. He's a God of all possibilities. Thank you very much, and take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah. God bless you for watching, and don't forget, don't give up. God still does miracles. God bless you.
Amen.
Bye.
Bye-bye.